Hello and welcome to the transcription explanation of these two designs. They actually both say the same thing, and I'm going to explain how that works and how many different options you can get with this script, which is pretty cool. Anyway, they both use Loren Sherman's script, which uses a combination of dots and lines on these four different stems to make our consonants, and vowels are smaller circles, and they have different locations depending on where they are relative to the word circle. So this is like the word circle line, and A's are outside it, E's, I's, and U's are all on the line, and O's are inside it. And they're also different if they're attached on one of these four consonant stems. So this is the arc of the consonant stem, and A's are generally towards the outside of it, E's in the middle of it, same as I's and U's, and O's like a bead on a string on the line. So the A kind of lies here. This is what the A looks like more in actual practice. So it is outside the word circle, but this is a B A, and it is, I guess it's outside that arc. It's outside that arc. It lies. This kind of lies. But anyway, this is that deep divot here, and an A outside of it. So this is a B A because this with no modifiers is a B. So B A. This is a J A because this is a J stem A. This is a T A because this is a T. This is a T H A. This is a T H. So again, this kind of lies because on the TH it's here, on the B it's here, on the J it's here. Anyway, so those are the A's, and then similarly the E's, I's, O's, and U's are all on those stems. So let's go ahead and start looking at our actual designs. So you read this script bottom counterclockwise, outside to inside. So the first thing we read are the things on the outside, and this is set up in actual word circles. So this is the first word, add is this word, and this is the line of the word circle. Add, then to the pile of good things, and then this one is different because I broke up the word circles. So this word circle line is the word circle line of add, which is a circle in this design, but is broken into a straight line in this design. So add, and then here we have a gap between our next word, to the pile. And even though there's a line here, it doesn't break the actual word circle line, so this is all just one word. So pile of good things. And let's go ahead and show off the letters. So let's start with add. So the bottom of the word circle is our first letter. Bottom of the word circle is our first letter, going counterclockwise. So this is a circle outside the word circle, and it's small, so it's an A. So it's like that. A. And then we have a deep divot. So these are done differently. Let's look at this one first. So this deep divot has 1, 2, 3 dots closest to it. And this one has 1, 2, 3 dots closest to it. So even though these dots are kind of together, this one is closer here, this one is closer here. So they each have 3 dots, so they're both D's. And here we have a double line, and a double line is a double letter. And since these lines are the same thickness, it's the same letter twice. And here are those 3 dots. So it's the same letter twice, and it's a double D. So A double D, A, D, D. So add. And then here's our next word. Bottom of the word circle's here, and it is a shallow divot stem here. So it's this big old chunk taken out of the circle, and on top of it there's a vowel. So it's like this. And that vowel is an O because it's like a bead on a string. And I do erase the lines inside the vowels just because it cleans it up and makes for a better tattoo. Otherwise it starts to look kind of like a dot if there's stuff inside the small vowel circles. So this is a T, O, and this is a T, O. So this O is not enclosed on the T, it is simply inside the word circle all by itself. So anyway, 2, continuing around, here we have the word the. Here's a shallow divot with no modifiers. A line passing through does not count. This line does not count because it doesn't stop on that stem. So this is just a T, just like this T, with no lines on it, or dots. And then we have a deep divot with 2 lines, which is an H. And here we have a deep divot with 1, 2 lines. So these little lines here, they're all just lines. The lines coming from the consonant stems, they're modifiers. It's an H. And on the line we have an E. On the line we have an E. So the. Here's our next word. Here's the bottom of it. And you don't hit that first letter until here. This is just a line on this stem and on that I. Similarly here, this is just a line on that NG, and it ends on the word circle. So anyway, bottom, continuing, here we have our first letter, and it's a circle inside the word circle with 2 lines. These 2 thin lines end on this stem, so they count. So that is a P. Then we have a small circle with a line going towards the middle, so that's an I. Then 1, 2, 3 dots on a circle inside the word circle. So it's this stem with 3 dots is an L, and then another E just like that one. So here we have the P, I, 1, 2, 3 dots on the L, and then the E on the line of the word circle. So even though words start at the bottom, they go counterclockwise. So here's, if we were to continue around this word circle, it all is here. So this is all the bottom. All of the letters are read in this order. So anyway, P-I-L-E, and then we have of, bottom, counterclockwise. Here's our first letter. Is an O, just like here we have that O. And then we have this deep divot, and this one's kind of tricky to see the lines. So we have one line ending here, continuing around through here. That's one line. It passes through here, so it doesn't count there. It just counts here. And then 1, 2 here. So 1, 2, 3 makes that an F. So of, and then here we have 1, 2, 3 lines. This thin one, this thick one, and this thin one. So of, and then we have good things. Good is written exactly the same in both of these. Here we have the bottom of the word circle, a deep divot with one line. So that is a G, then an O on the stem. So like that, G-O, then an O off the stem, and then a D with 1, 2, 3 dots. So good, and then things is written pretty much exactly the same except for the NG. So here's the bottom of the word circle, shallow divot with a line passing through here and here, but none ending on it, so that's no modifiers because nothing ends on it. So 1, 2 lines pass through, but nothing ends on it, so T. Then the H, where lines actually do end on it, 2 of them. So deep the divot with 2 lines is an H. Then we have an I, line going towards the middle, I, line going towards the middle. And then this is the one that's different. So it's in the same position, and this is still the same line here, but it only ends once on this one. So it ends once there, and then these two end 1, 2 here. And this line ends on the line, so it doesn't count. Just 1, 2, 3 lines on the NG. So circle on the line on the word circle with 3 lines is an NG. But this one, we have this line here and here. So it's the same line as this one, except it does continue around and end here. 1, 2, and then the third line goes to the I. So anyway, so 1, 2, 3 lines on the NG, and then the S, 1, 2, 3 lines, 1, 2, 3 lines there. So that is that design. Add to the pile of good things and add to the pile of good things. This one would be a bit bigger with the thinner lines because, again, the tattoos do blur, so these two would start to kind of fade together. This one would be just fine, even quite a bit smaller than this one. Again, your limiting factor is going to be this little bit here. So this intricate piece between the good and the things is kind of going to limit how big the whole thing can be, because this is just about as complicated. Same there. But this is all pretty not that intricate, except for around here. So anyway, I hope you like them both. I like them quite a lot. This would be good for a bigger one. This would be good for a smaller one.